This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? We greatly appreciate it. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week for my collection video, I want to focus on a specific boutique label, Kino Lorber, and some of their out-of-print editions. To be honest, I've been collecting movies since the mid to late 80s, during the VHS era, and I really kind of stumbled into Kino Lorber, basically looking at some of my DVDs from the 80s and 90s, or going into pawn shops, thrift stores, and finding DVDs and looking them up to see if they had a Blu-ray copy. And to my chagrin, I found out a lot of these copies are on Kino Lorber on Blu-ray, but they're out of print and sometimes tend to be a little bit on the pricey side. So these are 5 of my out of print Kino Lorbers. Hopefully you enjoy. If you have some out of print Kino Lorbers that you have or that you're looking for, add it in the comments. Now, with that being said, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back at Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. I'm going to kick it off with my first Kino Lorber out of print title. Now, these are not in any particular order, but my first pick is the 1986 adventure family science fiction film Space Camp. This was directed by Harry Winter, produced by Patrick Bailey, written by Clifford Green. This stars Kate Capshaw, Leah Thompson, Kelly Preston, Larry B. Scott, Joaquin Phoenix, Tate Donovan, Tom Carrot, Barry Primus, and Terry O'Quinn. The plot behind this: Andy Bergstrom, an astronaut eagerly awaiting her first trip to space, runs a summer camp for teenagers with her NASA-employed husband, Zach. One night during an engine test, Andy and 4 teenage campers are accidentally shot into space. Together, the group, which includes Karen, a pilot in training, and Tish, a ditz with a perfect memory, must work together to operate the spacecraft and return home. And this is just one of those cheesy 80 sci-fi films, low-budget sci-fi films that try to cash in on the big sci-fi boom that was going on, especially with Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Star Trek. So they kind of threw their hat in the ring. Again, trying to cash in that era of movies that are going on, though. But it's corny, but it's fun. It's an underdog story, and it's a great family film. So if you like 80s films with that kind of feel-good underdog overtone, definitely check out Space Camp. Next, I have the 1993 drama thriller Good Son. This was directed by Joseph Rubin, produced by Mary Ann Page, written by Ian McEwan. This stars Macaulay Culkin, Elijah Wood, Wendy Crewson, David Morse, David Hugh Kelly, Jacqueline Brooks, Quick Culkin, Ashley Crowe, Guy Strauss. The plot behind this: young boy stays with his aunt and uncle and befriends his cousin, who is the same age, but his cousin begins showing increasing signs of psychotic behavior. And excellent job by Macaulay Culkin, especially, I think this is prior to him doing Home Alone, right around that time of him doing Home Alone, to make that kind of switch to really kind of cute, adorable, lovable kid to a menace to society. So great movie. Again, if you like Macaulay Culkin and more of a darker role, of course you have a young Elijah Wood, definitely check out The Good Son. Yeah, let's see. Next, we have the 1995 crime drama thriller Bad Company. This was directed by Damian Harris, produced by Warren Carr, written by Ross Thomas. This stars Ellen Barkin, Lawrence Fishburne, Frank Langella, Michael Beach, Gia Caritas, David Ogden Stiers, David Hugh Kelly. The plot behind this: CIA operative Nelson Crowe is tasked with a deadly assignment: infiltrate a highly secret industrial espionage firm. Once inside, he teams with Margaret Wells, a master spy and seductive manipulator, in a plot to overthrow the organization's sinister president, which leads them into a darkly mysterious web of intrigue and shocking murder. And this is right after he did Deep Cover. It's not as good as Deep Cover. It's not quite as intense, but this is more spy, suspense, thriller type movie though. But in my opinion, Lawrence Fishburne is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood. He is, I believe, Shakespearean trained. He's done Othello in the theater. I think he actually did Othello on film also. Of course, he's Morpheus. His breakout role, in my opinion, was Boys in the Hood. But Deep Cover was, I think, when people really took notice of him. The first time I noticed him was in the movie School Days. So, very good movie, great suspense movie with fantastic actors, great chemistry between Lawrence Fishburne and Ellen Barkin. So if you like that kind of spy type of movie, definitely check out Bad Company. Next, I have the 1992 drama sports film Diggstown. This is directed by Michael Ritchie, produced by Steve McKay, written by Leonard Wise. This stars James Wood, the late great Lou Gossett Jr., Bruce Dern, Oliver Platt, Heather Graham, Randall Tex Cobb. You might know him. He used to be an ex-boxer. He was in Raising Arizona. He had all the bones of his nose removed. Thomas Wilson Brown, Dwayne David, and David Fresco. The plot behind this: Gabriel Cain has just been released from prison when he sets up a bet with a businessman who owns most of Diggstown, a boxing mad town. The bet is that Gabe can find a boxer that will knock out 10 Diggstown men in a boxing ring within 24 hours. Roy Honey Palmer is that man. At 48, many say he is too old. And this is kind of a dramedy, I'll put it that way. Not a big fan of James Wood. Love Lou Gossett Jr. Been a fan with him since Roots. Iron Eagle, Enemy Mine. So a lot of great films behind him. So if you like him, you're more than likely like Diggstown. My last pick is the 1988 war drama film Bat 21. This was directed by Peter Marco, produced by Michael Balson, written by William C. Anderson. This stars Gene Hackman, Danny Glover, Jerry Reed, David Marshall Grant, Clayton Rohner, Eric Anderson, and Joe Dorsey. The plot behind this: Lieutenant Colonel Hableton is a weapons countermeasures expert, and when his craft is shot over enemy territory at the Air Force very much wants to get him back. Hamilton knows the area he's in is going to be carpet bombed, but a temporary shortage of helicopters causes a delay. Working with an Air Force reconnaissance pilot captain, Bartholomew Clark, he maps out an escape route. And I'm not big into war films though, but this is, it's more suspense because you're trying to figure out Danny Glover is going to be able to rescue Gene Hackman. And you're pretty much going through the jungle with Gene Hackman and all the things he encounters on the way though. So it's a war film, but more suspense, more thriller type though. But again, Gene Hackman does a great job. I love Danny Glover. So together, make a great film. Bat 21. And these are just some of my out-of-print Kino Lorber Blu-rays. If you made it this far in the video, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up. Make sure you share this with other movie lovers like yourself. If you have a Kino Lorber out-of-print movie, add that in the comment that you like or that you're looking for. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.